In this video, we will show you how to replace your front outside mirror. On this Ford Flex, you'll have one of these located on each of your front doors. Let's get into it. Okay friends, let's get started on replacing our outside mirror. To do that, we're going to make our way to the inside door handle. To remove the inside door handle, we're going to use a small pick. Pull on that door handle. Inside of this area, you're going to find an area that you can grab onto with the pick and remove the trap door. We'll just give this a quick inspection and you can set it aside. Behind that, you're going to find that you have a 10mm headed mounting bolt. Remove that mounting bolt. Now let's continue on down inside this area with our small pocket screwdriver. You're going to find that you have two little notches, one along each side of this. We'll just get in along this area, gently pull down on those notches, and remove the mounting piece. On the bottom side, you should find two hooks and your little latches along the top. Now behind where that trapdoor was, there's a little 10mm headed bolt. Let's remove that. Now we can remove the inside master window switch. Use a small pocket screwdriver along the rearward side of this and pop it up and out of place. Now we'll lift this up and out diagonally. On the bottom, we're going to remove the wiring harness. For the wiring harness, there's a small squeeze tab. Go ahead and squeeze that in and remove the wiring harness from the switch. Every time you disconnect an electrical connector, take a peek. If you see any funny colors, that would be corrosion and you would need to deal with it. Now we can remove the seat memory switch using a small pocket screwdriver. You'll find that you have two clips, one along the bottom and one up along the top. We'll just gently get into this area and separate the switch from the door panel. Locate the squeeze connector. A quick check for corrosion, and set that aside. Now let's make our way down along the bottom of the door panel. You're going to find that you have two Phillips head screws to remove. Make your way to the side of the door panel. We'll remove this Phillips head screw as well. Now let's follow that door panel up and remove this reflective area. For this, we'll just use a small pocket screwdriver, come down along the top, press in along that locking clip, and roll it out of position. Behind that is located another Phillips head screw. Now let's make our way to the other side of the door panel. You'll find two more Phillips head screws to remove. At this point, we can continue on by taking hold of the door panel. We're going to start lifting it up over the door lock and pulling it away from the door. Keep in mind, we do still have some items attached to the door panel itself. Now with the door panel out of the way, we've exposed the back side of the mirror. Looking in this area, you're going to find that you have a wire connector. Go ahead and squeeze in that locking tab, pull it off, give it a quick check for corrosion. Continue on to your three pieces of mounting hardware. You'll find that you have two 11mm nuts and you have one 10mm headed bolt. Remove all three. Now let's reach around the outside of this, grab onto that mirror, and remove it from the door. And there it is, friends. The next thing we'll do is take our mirror and install it to the door. While we're doing so, you want to pay attention to each of the three mounting holes. We'll align each of those studs and press it into position. Now with that in place, we continue on with our hardware. Now we can tighten each of these up. When you do so, you want to make sure they're nice and tight so the mirror does not vibrate on you while you're driving down the road. Continue on to the wire harness. Press that in, listen for a click, give it a tug to make sure it is secured. At this point, we can reinstall our inside door panel. While doing so, we need to make sure that we come up nice and high so we can make our way over the door lock knob. We'll bring it down and put it in position so that the studs coming out of the door panel meet up with the corresponding holes in the door itself. We also want to pay attention to the wiring that we had disconnected. It's a good idea to put that in the area that the wiring has to go through. So for each one of these wiring harnesses, if that's where the switch was, just go ahead and slide it right through the door panel. Now we can put this in position, putting the door panel over the door lock rod. Slide this right inside there. This can be a little bit difficult. Now we can start putting the door panel in position, making sure that that knob is coming up through the proper hole. Continue by pressing it down, and while you're pressing it down, we want to be pressing it in. We're trying to align those tabs. The way you can tell if the alignment tabs are properly aligned is that the door panel will sit flush up against the door. Once you have it pressed down, continue up along the top corner. We'll press that in. Now we can start putting in our mounting screws. Now we can move up just below our door latch and install the screw with the rubber bumper. With the screw in place, we can continue on to our red reflective piece. You want to make sure you have the hook down along the bottom and the latching area along the top. We'll put this into position, press it in, listen for a click. Let's make our way up to the door grab handle. We'll reinstall that 10mm headed mounting bolt. Once you've done that, you can also install the plastic trap door. For the trap door, you want to make sure you have the hooked areas facing down. Make our way up inside this area for the inside door handle. Now we can install the trim panel cover. Slide it in, listen for a click, make sure it is secure. Now it's time to install the window switch. When we're doing this, we want to pay attention. Up along this area, you're going to have that hook, and that goes under the forward aspect of the trim panel here. On the other side, you do have that locking tab that will go in here. Let's reconnect the wiring harness. Start bringing this in at an angle, making sure that we put the hook underneath the door panel. Slide this down and press it down into position. Time for the seat memory switch. We'll press that in and listen for a click. Now you can start putting it in position in the door panel. You want to make sure you have it in the proper positioning so that the numbers aren't upside down. Okay friends, we fully installed our driver's side mirror. At this point, you just want to put the key in the on position and test its functionality. Perfect. Thanks for watching.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.